I've been watching and debunking your fallacious videos for quite some time now, but I've never had the chance to talk to you honestly and with sincerity because the content you produce is even too childish for a 5-year-old. But luckily, I happened to come across a video you posted in October of 2012. Yes, it's this video where you spend several minutes crying into the camera. Now, ignoring for a moment that this again highlights your immaturity because, well, this is exactly the kind of stuff you should not be posting online, it has given me an opportunity to talk about a few things that have been on my mind for quite a while now. You see, in your video, you mentioned that you are struggling with anxiety issues and that they keep appearing more and more frequently. And I have a feeling as to why that is. Now, you may call foul on my armchair analysis, but then again, does it have any more weight than the analyses you made in some of your recent videos? I think not. You see, in a number of videos, you mentioned that you used to be one of them cool kids in high school, and I think that has a lot to do with what you're frequently going through. But in order to explain why, I need to make 2 stabs in the dark. Stab 1. You frequently mentioned that you were one of them that got all the girls in school, but I have my suspicions that these girls weren't of the Daria variety. No. I'm assuming that when you talk about them girls, you're probably talking about something more along the lines of Ashley, Chelsea, Brittany. Am I right? And this leads me to the second stab I have to take. Stab 2. You see, after high school, life must have become increasingly difficult for you, because, as it turns out, women in their early and mid-20s are a little bit more sophisticated than the cheerleader clones you hooked up with when you were 17. And at some point you realized that, but you didn't actually know how to respond to this because all you ever needed to do is crack a few jokes, pull out your wallet, and serve some drinks. And maybe that's the reason why every girl you've ever been with since has left you. Because at some point, looks simply aren't enough. And perhaps that's why you bag on Matt Stone and Trey Parker all the time. You see, they actually were the kids that got picked on in high school, but unlike you, they actually managed to do something with their life, while all you have to show for yourself is a career as ex-bankster and a diploma of bullshit from Jack Chick University. And perhaps that's why you think South Park is a tool of Satan, because deep down in your cerebral system, you do realize that episodes like The List, an episode that deals with exactly the subject matter I'm referring to, are making sense to you on some level, and you realize that, pushing 30, your looks were all you had going for you. But you still felt the need to be popular and relevant in some way. So you turned to 9/11 trutherism and conspiracy theories, because you probably knew that there are a lot of idiots out there who actually believe this stuff and whom you could fool into believing that you actually had something important to say, when really, you have nothing informative to impart to anyone at all. And this is where your anxiety kicks in. You can't deal with the fact that you've learned nothing about the world outside of high school, and that your musings on the New World Order are incompatible with what people have been trying to tell you time and time again. Also, the fact that your looks are your only source of capital, and that you've expired well beyond your best before date, are also conspicuously apparent in your chosen profession. I mean, let's think about this for a moment. After quitting at the bank, there were literally thousands of different career possibilities you could have chosen. zookeeper, mall cop, firefighter, UPS driver. But out of all the thousands of possible career choices, you chose to be a personal trainer. Now, why would that be? Is it because this job requires extraordinary skills in coordination, planning, or special knowledge in a specific area of expertise? Or is it because, as I've previously said, that by now you realize that your looks are all you have left to show, and you don't even think the ability of letting go of your fevered imaginations? Now, I realize this is all falling on deaf ears because of your imagined persecution complex that tells you that this is exactly what you can expect from people like me. But realize this, if you can. Although I might be quite condescending and often a little rude to you, I do not want you gone, far from it. You see, people like you are a living, breathing, perpetual motion machine. A machine that drives and fuels itself. In short, you say something stupid and moronic, I or someone else debunks it, you respond or post another moronic video of yours, and the cycle begins anew. You are the gift that keeps on giving to people like me, and for that, I'm forever thankful.